How do you propose to bring good-paying jobs and businesses to Long Beach?
Again, going back to the model of the collaborative that I was referring to, as we build public-private partnerships and trust funds with developers, with working with labor groups, working with the chamber, I think we can attract businesses here with the business enterprise zones, attracting businesses that have the ability to hire large numbers of employees, 300 and 400 employees, but 300 employees not at $5 an hour with no benefits, but a company that pays a living wage and has medical benefits. Those are the kind of things that are important to the community, and you do that by making it easy or easier to deal with the city and with businesses as far as permits and all the entire process. In my conversation with business owners, one of the things that they're saying is that it's very difficult in dealing with the city. So I think we need to look at the process of how we interact with the businesses that are here, first of all, and how we can improve that process so that it's much easier to attract more businesses. Long Beach is a wonderful place where folks should want to do business. I also personally believe that if we had more progressive policies like a citywide project labor agreement, it would be easier to build and get those kind of businesses come into the city.
The idea of having a collaborative between public and private is probably something that we all dream about and we would all like to work about. Unfortunately, I disagree with Mr. Neal over here as far as the PLA. I don't think that's going to help our small business model. Large business, it's a cost of doing business, period. So I don't think that's in the cards for working. Secondarily here, we need to start looking at cutting fees for business in order to compete with our neighbors. And our neighbors are not San Diego, they are not San Jose or Fresno. Our neighbors are Gardena, Hawthorne, Torrance. Our fees are way out of whack compared to those guys. And they're immediately right here. So we're competing over there. One of the reasons I still have a business, we still have a business license in this community for my company, is the idea that we are someday going to be back here doing work. Unfortunately, we're not now.
Boy, that's a good question. You know, the 9th really should be a mini hub out here. We're right by the 710 and 91 freeways. We're butt up to a bunch of communities right next door to us. Why are we not a hub? We really should be, and it could be if it's promoted in the right way. We can begin doing that by looking at the neighborhood development zone programs, going out and aggressively selling that, promoting it, letting business owners know that that is available, number one. And also partnering with these communities next door to us to, in fact, get this hub theme going. I'm glad that the council approved the small business enterprise. I think that that's effective and can be promoted a little bit more. And any kind of enterprise zone in general, in terms of offering incentives, is something that we have to aggressively pursue. Lastly, I'll just say making sure the RDA money is used appropriately and looking at any kind of federal economic stimulus reserve package shovel-ready project we get. Thank you.
Mr. Neal?
Yes, sir.
You had me until project labor agreements. I agree with each one of these people here, and I've done each one of the suggestions they've had, and I believe that we continue to do that. 78% of all the industrial land outside of the port is in North Long Beach. Drive the industrial area. We have thriving industrial business going on, and I am right now in the process of bringing another 850 acres of industrial land into the North Long Beach area. So I agree with each one of these gentlemen of how we do it. I've done each one of their suggestions, voted for a commercial zone, enterprise zone, fought for enterprise zone, and utilized that with Paramount Petroleum coming in and taking over in Eddington Oil to the expansion of the DK vow to the expansion of TABC on Paramount Boulevard and the expansion of other businesses in the years that I've been here. So with the exception of POA, I agree with each one of my colleagues here. Thank you.
Since I was the last one with the chip. I just want to touch on this subject of project labor agreements because it's a very controversial project or topic. And personally, I think it's not going to affect small businesses. The city has the ability to set a level of whatever, let's say every project over $2 million would receive project labor, fall under the project labor agreement. I think it's a win-win for the city, and it gives us the ability to compete with those other cities that we've all just talked about that are getting all the projects that aren't coming to Long Beach.